House of Representatives has spoken and minutes ago voted to remove the Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene from all House committees. This comes after GOP leaders refused to strip her committee assignments themselves and punish her for past support of dangerous conspiracy theories, liking social media posts calling for political violence, harassing the Parkland survivor David Hogg, and much more. On the House floor, nearly a dozen Republicans broke ranks and joined the Democrats to kick Greene off the Education and Labor committees. To drive home the point before the vote, the House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer held up a poster of one of Greene's Facebook posts. It shows her holding an AR-15 style assault rifle next to images of Democratic congresswomen with the headline, "The Squad's Worst Nightmare." Representative Greene took to the floor before the vote to defend herself while wearing a mask with free speech written on it. She did not specifically apologize for a single thing, but did say she regrets believing in conspiracy theories and insisted that's all behind her.
I never once said during my entire campaign, QAnon. I never once said any of the things that I am being accused of today during my campaign. I never said any of these things since I have been elected for Congress. These were words of the past.
CNBC's Eamon Javers now on tonight's top story. Eamon?
Yeah, Shep, the final vote here was 230 to 199 in order to strip her from those committee assignments. Now, the interesting number that's going to have a lot of people in Washington buzzing over the next hours and days is that 11 Republicans voted with the Democrats here in order to strip her from the committee assignment. A lot of analysis now is going to go into who were those 11, what kind of districts did they come from, and what does that mean for the future of the Republican Party. But Democrats said today that they essentially were forced to do this because Republicans yesterday failed to take any action to punish Congresswoman Greene in a lengthy meeting that they had of the entire Republican conference. Today, on the House floor, Greene explained how she first became interested in the false QAnon conspiracy theory, effectively blaming Facebook and Google for feeding her more and more links to posts from people who were pushing this material.
The problem with that is, though, is I was allowed to believe things that weren't true, and I would ask questions about them and talk about them. And that is absolutely what I regret. Because if it weren't for the Facebook post and comments that I liked in 2018, I wouldn't be standing here today, and you couldn't point a finger and accuse me of anything wrong.
Liked postings on social media calling for the death of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and agreed with other posts alleging that prominent school shootings and the September 11th attacks had been staged. Now, Shep, it's not clear what role that she'll be able to play going forward in legislation now that she's not on the committee, but it is clear that Greene now, because of all of this attention, is one of the most prominent faces in Republican Party politics, and the party is now about to learn what she is going to do with that newfound power. Shep?
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.